Jadon Sancho is on his way to Chelsea, with the Manchester United winger set to sign an initial season-long loan deal with an obligation to buy the England international. Chelsea is on the verge of signing Jadon Sancho from Manchester United on an initial loan deal, Football London understands. The 24-year-old is set to join the Blues on a season-long loan with an obligation to buy. Sources have now confirmed that a deal is very close to completion for the Man United winger, who has already agreed personal terms to move to Stamford Bridge. Sancho is expected to become the club's 13th signing of the summer transfer window, and could well be the last, with reports stating that Victor Osimhen is set to stay at Napoli. Juventus came in for Sancho earlier in the week, but the winger's preference was Chelsea when he heard about the club's interest. The England international very publicly fell out with United boss Erik ten Hag last season and ended up being loaned to Borussia Dortmund. On his return to Westfalenstadion, Sancho shone for the black and yellow and started in the side's Champions League final defeat to Real Madrid in June. Chelsea are long-term admirers of Sancho, with Joe Shields, the club's co-director of recruitment and talent, the man who helped bring the winger to Manchester City in 2015. During his time at City, Shields worked as the club's academy scouting manager and mainly covered the south of the United Kingdom, where he discovered a teenage Sancho playing youth football at Watford. It could be a late night for Jadon Sancho amid swirling rumours around the Manchester United winger. Despite being reintegrated by Erik ten Hag this summer, following the public spat last season, Sancho has been made available for transfer and United are running out of time to sanction a departure. Chelsea has emerged as the most likely destination for the 24-year-old amid ongoing links to Juventus. A few eyebrows were raised when Sancho to Chelsea first surfaced in the German media this month, but rumours have been firmed up by several publications. Reports from Sky Sports this morning, via Dharmesh Sheth, state Chelsea are edging closer to an agreement with several options on the table. There's scope for a loan or a permanent deal to be struck up. Chelsea and United have until 11 p.m. to thrash out that proposed move, with United putting all focus into a sale. By no means a foregone conclusion, Chelsea fans can, perhaps, look forward to the prospect of seeing Sancho in a blue shirt this season. If he does, though, it's not clear what squad number he will wear. Ex-Manchester City youngster Sancho wore number 7 during his first spell with Borussia Dortmund, while he was tipped to do likewise upon joining United for £72.9 million in 2021. However, as it turned out, Sancho had to settle for number 25 as United reserved number 7 for Cristiano Ronaldo's second coming. Manchester United are expected to announce the signing of Manuel Ugarte today. Jadon Sancho's Manchester United nightmare is over, but a new test awaits the one-time Ballon d'Or candidate as he joins a cluttered field of wingers at Chelsea. Chelsea has reportedly put in a deal sheet, which allows them to confirm transfers a few hours after the 6 end of the transfer window. Sancho reportedly joins Chelsea on loan with an obligation for the Blues to buy the 23-times capped England forward after the season, when the player will be 25 years old. That fee, according to Fabrizio Romano, is approximately $33 million. A member of Manchester City's academy before moving to Borussia Dortmund and dominating the Bundesliga, Sancho's move to Manchester United was slow developing and never took root. Sancho managed just 12 goals and 6 assists over 83 first-team appearances for Man United, requiring a loan to Dortmund at the end of last season where he showed well back in black and yellow. Sancho likes to operate on the left side but can work on the right just as well. It seems likely his best path to a starring role will be on the left. His competition on the left includes shiny new signing Pedro Neto, while Mykhailo Mudryk also prefers to be on that side. But wait, there's more. João Felix is a striker, but if shipped wide he looks to the left. Noni Madueke is a right-sided player, as is Angelo. Christopher Nkunku also plays some forward and left wing, while Cole Palmer moves across the field but is on the right when not central. Oversimplifying, let's assume Neto and Mudryk are the prime left-sided competitors, with Palmer and Nkunku duking it out centrally, and Sancho fighting with Madueke on the right. Sprinkle in some Felix if Jackson is dominating the centre-forward minutes. This definitely can work out for Sancho. Chelsea are already the biggest spenders in Europe this summer, but they could make 1 or 2 more signings before the transfer window closes on Friday night. In recent days, Chelsea's priority has been to sign a new striker, and on Friday afternoon, it was reported that they are confident of landing long-term target Victor Osimhen. A striker is considered the final piece of the jigsaw for Chelsea, who already have plenty of wingers and attacking midfielders to choose from. Despite this, it has emerged that Chelsea are pushing to sign England international Sancho from Man Utd. Sancho featured heavily for Man Utd during pre-season, but he was not involved in either of their opening 2 Premier League games of the 2024-25 campaign. On Friday afternoon, a report from The Athletic's David Ornstein revealed Chelsea are expected to reach an agreement with Man Utd to sign Sancho before the window shuts. Ornstein explained, Chelsea are expected to reach an agreement with Manchester United to sign Jadon Sancho before the transfer window closes. The 24-year-old former Borussia Dortmund forward is keen on a proposed move to Stamford Bridge. Talks between the clubs are advanced over a loan with an obligation to buy. Transfer expert Fabrizio Romano has since revealed that Man United have been presented with 2 bids for Sancho. He said, Chelsea have presented 2 bids for Jadon Sancho. One proposal is a loan with a buy option clause, the other one with the obligation to buy. Of course, on different terms. Chelsea also reached total agreement with Jadon Sancho on personal terms. Up to Man United now. Solskjaer meanwhile claims, the reason for Chelsea signing Sancho is that it is an opportunistic move. Chelsea have been in talks to sign Sancho, and now they have put in a bid to take him on loan with an obligation to buy him next summer, Solskjaer said. Some Chelsea fans will be thinking whether they need to sign Jadon Sancho, with the club having already signed wingers like Pedro Neto and Joao Felix this summer, with Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke and even Raheem Sterling at the club, and with Sancho not appearing to be in Erik ten Hag's plans at Manchester United. I think the reason Chelsea is going for him is that it's an opportunistic move. Sancho would be available for a sensible fee, and, on his day, he's a very good player. He played in the Champions League final for Borussia Dortmund in June, and 3 years ago he was an £85 million player. If Enzo Maresca thinks he can get the best out of him, I think the Chelsea owners will back him. Jadon Sancho spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund. Chelsea have made a loan offer that could become an obligation to buy. Juventus were keen to sign Man United's Sancho but believe he prefers a move to Stamford Bridge. Sky Sports News has been told the offer is a loan that could become an obligation to buy if certain thresholds are met. The loan fee is thought to be more than Juventus offered for Sancho, and talks are continuing between Chelsea and United ahead of the 11 p.m. deadline. Juventus were keen to sign Sancho on loan, but there is a feeling within the Italian side that the 24-year-old prefers a move to Stamford Bridge, and they will not pursue a deal unless the conditions drastically change. United would prefer to sell Sancho but have not ruled out agreeing another loan for the England international, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund. Juventus were keen to sign Sancho on loan, but there is a feeling within the Italian side that the 24-year-old prefers a move to Stamford Bridge, and they will not pursue a deal unless the conditions drastically change. United would prefer to sell Sancho but have not ruled out agreeing another loan for the England international, who spent the second half of last season on loan at Borussia Dortmund. Chelsea would ideally offload players before Friday's 11 p.m. deadline, including Raheem Sterling. United remain open to the idea of signing the 29-year-old but are not actively pursuing a deal. The Blues' move for Sancho is likely to be a standalone deal, but United have explored a move for Chelsea midfielder Carney Chukwuemeka. Sancho has scored 12 goals and contributed 6 assists in 83 games for United since signing from Dortmund for £73 million 3 years ago. Sancho, who has 23 caps for England, fell out of favour at United last season after a public disagreement with Ten Hag. The forward was welcomed back into Ten Hag's squad this summer, but his only action so far this season was a brief appearance from the bench in the Community Shield. Some Chelsea fans will be thinking about whether they need to sign Jadon Sancho, with the club having already signed wingers like Pedro Neto and Joao Felix this summer, with Cole Palmer, Noni Madueke and even Raheem Sterling at the club, and with Sancho not appearing to be in Erik ten Hag's plans at Manchester United. I think the reason Chelsea are going for him is that it's an opportunistic move.